Good morning. It's actually about 11:30, almost noon. Beautiful, beautiful day. I can feel this hoodie coming off real soon. And I woke up this morning super early, like 6 o'clock. I took me a shower and ate breakfast and did all kinds of stuff. This morning, I think I'm gonna start cutting down some trees. I think I'm gonna start with these 4 or 5. What is that? I guess that is about 4 maple trees here all together. Dangerously, the big one is dangerously leaning right towards my generator shed, which is a little crazy. I took down the zip line the other day. It's laying here. I had to take that down to get that out of the way because I am planning on dropping this tree this way right towards where the zip line was. So I think the big one here, I'm planning on just felling this hopefully right out in the middle there, right on that pile of leaves there, and hopefully not that way. First, I hate to do it. This is Elion's swing that he really liked, but more than likely these trees are gonna hit it anyway, and I mean, it's rotten at the bottom. It's super dead at the bottom. You can see that. That is not looking good. So that's not even really safe to swing on if he ever did want to swing on it again. Got the pine tree here. I'm also seeing a poplar tree right there. I wouldn't mind milling that in the boards for the shelter. I don't know how many I'm gonna do today, but there's also another poplar tree behind the shelter that I want to cut down and mill that also. I don't know, should I just go crazy and start cutting down some trees today? I'm gonna start with this one, the dead one here. Cut that down, go ahead and get it out of the way. That'll be some decent wood to burn. These, you can see, are very dead, or getting there anyway. So they have to come down or they're gonna end up falling on my generator shed. This one is, I'm gonna try to fell that out that way and hopefully miss the shed here. This maple tree is huge. That's a big maple tree, and I'm planning on milling, or I mean chainsaw carving a lot of stuff, a lot of boxes and stuff out of this. And then once I get closer up to the top up here, I can do some other cool stuff out of a lot of that too. So this tree mostly I'm planning on doing chainsaw carving with. Probably some of that one too, that medium one. These 2 smaller ones, they're probably just gonna be firewood. What's up, Minty? You gotta stay out of the way. We're about to have trees falling. We got the Husky 55. Pretty dang sharp and ready. So we shouldn't have a problem taking these out. So let's get it in. put all these. Now we get to do the big one. Dang, that looks a lot better. That looks way more clear and nice. I actually hate cutting down this tree. It's so pretty, but it's dead around, dying around the bottom, so it's gonna fall anyway. Might as well make some beautiful carvings out of it. All right. Now's the fun one. All right, let's get us some nuts in this thing. I'm just gonna go straight that way. Got a lot of bolts here. I'm gonna have to go up here. Generator shed still stands. I had an axe and some wedges ready, but we didn't need them. It was leaning good. Now this big, super heavy tree is way up off the ground. Ah, that makes things a little tough there. Huh. So I'm definitely gonna have to cut this up near the top, because I'm gonna be cutting pieces of this as I need it, as I make carvings out of it. I actually wanted it more that way. I was aiming more that way, but it went on its own that way. This is a lot of tree. Just gotta figure out where to make my cuts here. It's the same with the top too. I kind of wanted to cut it as I go. Snapped right there, broke. I might actually start cutting all of this. Leave the log laying here. The log's gonna be a pain in the butt because I'm gonna have to walk over it to get to the generator. But for the time being, it is what it is. It ain't gonna be here too long. I think I'm actually gonna go through and start cutting a bunch of this up. A lot of these little pieces can be firewood. Once I get, oh, it broke a couple times. Look at that, snap there and snap there. But these bulkier pieces, like this that broke, I would have definitely used that. But a lot of these fatter parts like that will carve. I have a lot of ideas with this wood. I do hate that it kind of broke in a few places, because those would have been beautiful pieces to carve with, but it is what it is. Out of my control, really. Broke up there a little bit. So I think I'm gonna start cutting some of this up in the parts that I want to save for carving. I think I'm just gonna have to stack them somewhere and keep them covered out of the weather, because I really like my bark to stay on most of the maple carvings that I do. I've been thinking about doing this for so long now. It's quite a relief that I just cut all of this down, and my generator shed seems to have no danger above it anymore, so that's good. Yeah, we still have our generator shed. Mission accomplished. That really opened up the village here a little bit. Those 3 or 4 trees that were right there were actually a lot of tree there. So it looks a lot different, especially the top up here. And during the summer, that's gonna allow a lot more sun out here. Well, YouTube family, I think that's about all the action for today. I have zero motivation. I've been a little unmotivated the past couple days. Today I'm like, dude, I need to do something. So I decided to drop some trees. I'm waiting to get paid in a couple days. Start my life over with a bunch of new clothes, fresh washed clothes. I can't wait to go to the laundromat. I gotta take a load of trash to the dump. And in the next couple days, I'm gonna order a whole gallon of finish. I'm gonna order like 3 sensors for the truck that people have told me that I might need to change, that could be a problem. And the oil dipstick and the whole assembly, I'm gonna order that. I'm gonna order probably some hinges. Not sure what else, but I'm getting some supplies. So once I do that, once I order some stuff, get some clothes washed, take out some trash, pay some bills, it'll be like starting my whole life over again for this month, and come back with some motivation for some projects and supplies to do projects. That really helps too. Oh, and I gotta buy a whole tub of 3-inch screws too. I went through so many screws on this front wall here, and you know, a lot of people wonder why I do a project like that and then I stop and start doing other stuff, because I use up all my supplies, man, and I gotta wait to re-up. So I'm gonna be super motivated after I get some screws too. We're gonna start working on this back wall. I'm gonna probably drop this poplar tree behind the shelter first and mill that one. Makes sense, it's right by the back wall. So that makes sense to mill that one and work on the back wall with that. This other one out amongst the mist, I gotta hold off on that one. I can't make this too treacherous out here with trees laying everywhere. This is a lot of trees, and I do not even feel like cutting any of that up today. Maybe if I had some Modelo's, I'd get in the mood, start cleaning some of this up. But for real, I'm just chilling, man. Chilling. Taking a break. Taking it easy. I'm gonna clean up my tools. I mean, I ain't just like laying it down or nothing. I'll be piddling with some stuff. I'm sure I'll find something to get into. I'm just not feeling the chainsaw labor right now, and moving tree branches and stacking wood and all that. I just ain't got it in me today. But I did enjoy freaking cutting these trees down. That was pretty fun. Anyway, I'm gonna leave it at that. I'll see y'all in the next one. I don't know what I'll be doing in the next one. Might be another trip to town, do laundry. I don't know. We'll see what happens in the near future. I love you guys. Thanks for watching. I hope y'all enjoyed watching me cut down some trees. Glad I could share it with you and bring y'all along to hang out while I'm playing with chainsaws. Pick these tools up and see if there's something I can do with less effort.